Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to be um doing this little winter forest scene with the river and it's twilight. I'm a little hooked on this soft pink twilight sky. So I've painted a variation of this practice a couple times. Um And this one, I just wanted it to be soft undercoat of that beautiful magenta color. And then I'm using the ultramarine blue here and mixing my traditional dioxazine ultramarine blue to get that nighttime sky color that I really love. And I decided I wanted it to be like a little cloudy, little wispy clouds up there. So I went in with a little bit of a cloth and then decided it was too light, and now I'm popping in more color to make the clouds look a little more fluffy. It's still nighttime, still reflecting all that beautiful light, but fluffy nonetheless. And I did glaze in where I want the river to be. And this is a snowy scene. It's going to be a super snowy scene. I have sped this up 3 times. I'm going to turn the heater off. It's a little too warm in here. Because I didn't think I could talk about the process for, 35 minutes. This painting took me about 35 minutes. Doing the same thing here that I did in the galaxy painting. I'm just kind of dappling in the color to create some depth and dimension, making the clouds a little more dark here and there. And then water reflects whatever's in the sky, so here I am dropping the same colors into the river. And once again, it's that twilight scene, so I'm going to get some pretty good dark darks, which I don't put in until the very end, because it's better to start super light, because you can always go darker with watercolor, but pulling it back to the white of the paper or light is challenging with certain paints. And I'm, again, using my Qor watercolor palettes, because I haven't used them in a while, and I forgot. You forget how much you love your paints, right? And you pull them out and you practice with them and you're like, ooh, look at all this. I love how this paint moves around on the page. But if you don't want to buy Qor paints and you want your paint to move around on the page a little more, try dropping some oxcal or synthetic oxcal, just a couple drops into your water that you're using to wash your brush. And that will help. It will assist in giving your paints a little bit of movement on the page. And I'm switching to, I love this brush so much. It is my wedge brush that I got in my sketch box last year. And it is perfect for doing the textures of trees and forests and pines. Love this brush. So I switched to this one and I'm getting in the dark spots where the pine trees are. I'm just going to go in and drop them in where I feel like I want them to be. My foreground trees, I'm giving trunks so that you can, because if they're close, you can tell that, they have trunks. And sometimes you can see the trunk of the tree, of a pine tree. The pines don't always go to the snow or to the ground. And just getting in that layered, tiered look to give our painting some depth. That one wasn't quite tall enough, so we're fixing that. And it's just tapping. I really wanted a loose, fun painting again, something I could listen to my book and just paint and not talk or think or make any conscious decisions. This is me just flow state painting. I am thinking about where I want the white to be and how the shape of I want the tree to be and what's layering over what. I did notice that the snow looks very flat. I do have depth going on, right? With the clouds being the way they are, and then the trees tiered down and the river going all the way back to the middle of the paper, I just noticed. It was pretty close to the middle of the paper. Just a skosh underneath. Huh. I didn't consciously do that. Yeah, I think this turned out super pretty. I am using my bleed proof white on there, on the where the pink is. I put bleed proof white on there when I was doing the galaxy painting, and I'm just working that back up and incorporating it into the snow on the trees to give it that reflecting the sky effect again. Because your trees aren't going to be bright white if your sky is pink. Whatever is below, the snow will feel white, but it's going to have a lot of subtle reflective qualities in it. So I went ahead and used that muddy white over there to put all the snow on the trees. And I think it turned out super cool. This brush is amazing for these textures. If you don't have one, it's a wedge brush. It's fun. I think mine's a number 8. Let me look real quick. What size are you, my darling? It is. It's a Tri wedge brush number 8. Fun brush. I would like to have this in different sizes. Future wishes. I decided to put purple, that purpley pink color, more purple than pink, under the trees to give them a little bit of shadow and anchor them to the ground. And now I'm trying to make the snow feel like it's swooping down into the water, like there's a roll, there's depth and dimension. It's not all one flat layer right through there. The snow is mounded up on either side. I had to stop for a little minute. So this is pretty dry now. And I am back and putting bleed proof white on top of a little bit of where I put the pinks and purples because it got a little carried away. And I'm also hoping that because the bleed proof white is brighter than the white of the paper, that it will read as shinier. And I feel like it does. I really I enjoy how this turned out. A little bit of dry brush technique on the snow as well, kind of dragging it across, letting those pinks and purples filter through, and the white be like a little glittery on the top. And then here I am finally getting in the darks in the water. I was feeling like it didn't have quite enough depth. I think that's my phone telling me it's time for bed. It is. I set an alarm so that I stop and go to bed. Otherwise I'll be up all night creating and painting, and I have to be up at 4 for work. So yeah, once again, here I am putting in the darks, but not near every, not all the, it's a broken line, because visually it would be a broken line on the edges of the river. The snow's going to dip in and flow out and reflect here and there. So yeah, it doesn't need to be a flat, and I feel like it's more realistic that way. I'll take a quick drink of water. Super fun practice. I highly recommend it. And this is a picture, I believe, in Pixabay. I mean, you can look up Winter Forest River pictures in Pixabay and Unsplash, and this kind of picture will pop up. But there's one particular one that's in my head that I saw a couple of years ago, and I paint it from memory for practice like this pretty often. I've drawn it in pen and ink. I've watercolored it. I've practiced it with pastels, not oil pastels, but that is a thought. Wait, see how that dark right there on the right hand side, that dark in the kind of third of the way up the page. Kind of pushes that white snow mound to the foreground. Makes it look like it's going up over the hill there. That's fun. And then I'm just delineating and brightening the edge of the water, because I feel like close to the edge of the water with the light being twilight, it would be brighter. Oh, and right. And I decide that the trees look a little bit too muted, and I'm going in with some pure white over the top just to give them a little glitter glow, a little bit of sparkle. Not fully covering all the stuff that I put down already. Also, I feel like it gave it a little bit more depth and realistic kind of feel. I just love this particular piece. This I've once again I've recreated it many times, and it is fun practice too, to create and recreate. And then here's our reveal, that tape. And I'm working on 300-pound Stonehenge watercolor paper per usual till I run out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Here's our close-up of all the beautiful textures. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.